friends, welcome back. In our previous video sessions on production planning and control, we discussed on various aspects which are related to production planning, master production schedule and material requirement planning. Especially in material requirement planning, we discussed on how master production schedule suggests what is the quantity of finished goods which is scheduled to be produced on a specific day, and based on which what is the quantity of materials are required is calculated by material requirement planning software. Out of the different inputs which are required for functioning of material requirement planning software, bill of material, that is product structure file, is one of the input along with master production schedule. What is bill of material and how bill of material is useful in MRP1, that we will be discussing in this video. As we know, the master production schedule informs on schedule of production quantities on each day, based on which MRP1 generates gross requirement of materials. Depending upon on-hand quantity of materials, net requirement of materials matching to scheduled production quantity is calculated. Then the organization prepare a bill of material which is sent to the raw material supplier. Let us try to understand what is bill of material from its definition. Bill of material is a list of all the sub-assemblies, intermediates, parts and raw materials that go into a parent assembly, showing the quantity of each required item to make the assembly. Simply, bill of material is a list of all required material which are used in production of a final product. Thus, we can say bill of material is a complete list of all components which will be required to produce that assembly or final product. There are two types of bill of material. One is called as a static bill and other one is called as a dynamic bill of material. Let we understand what is static bill of material. A static bill is a bill of material for a part or product that is normally made from the same components, labor and raw materials every time. Such static bill of material is used for standard products, assemblies, components and engineer to order the customer orders. For example, auto components, tires, etc. Unlike static bill of material, dynamic bill, or which is also called as a parametric bill, which is a bill of material for a product or part of which size, color, laminate and other options can be selected or changes as per the need of customer. Simply, a bill of material which changes depending upon the type of product or as per the demand from the market. Example is a bill of material for a mobile handset or fast food items. Thus, we can say bill of material is a list of all the components and quantities that are required to make the final product. A bill of material provides product structure, also called as a product structure tree. Components which are mentioned in bill of material are classified as parents. Parents are those items which are all above in the given level. Children. Children are those items which are below in given level. Items which are at the highest level in the structure, that is at the top level, is called as a zero level items, and each next level of item are classified as level 1, 2, 3 items, etc. This we will understand well from the following slide. Here we will be discussing a product structure file of a bicycle. Here the final product bicycle, which is at the top level, which is also called as a zero level item or a parent product. Below the final product, the sub-assembly components are at level 1 and all the below items are called as children. Along with the level of each component, their name and item code numbers are also mentioned, as well as the quantity in which these items are required will be also required to mention. Here we can clearly see at level 2 of product structure file the two components which are wheels and frame. There it is clearly mentioned that two wheels are required and one frame is required. This is how a product structure file is prepared, where the levels of product and required quantities are mentioned. Thus, the bill of material contains information about the components required as per material requirement planning as follows. The first is quantity in which each item is required. The second is items ID. that is the code with which the item can be identified or identical items can be separated. Third is description of the item, which includes what the item is and the additional information about the item is clearly mentioned. Fourth, information included in bill of material is cost of each item. And finally, bill of material includes the total project cost or total purchase cost. Thus, the quantity tells to the supplier that how many of each part is needed for each product or project. A chair needs one seat, four legs, one backrest, two handles, and 15 nails. So this is how a quantity is mentioned for each item which are required to make a chair or any product. Second is the item ID, that is the code with which the item can be identified or identical items can be separated. Thus the item codes can be based on any of the following, such as catalog number or any other identification number decided between the supplier and the manufacturer. For example, a chair needs a 2 PC seat, 5 DR legs, 6 TU, 8 backrest and 1 inches nail. Here 2 PC, 5 DR are the item codes. Next comes is the description of item. Description of item describes what the item is, and additional information about the item is clearly mentioned as a check that the correct item is being ordered. If any wrong item is received, then it may affect the production process and delayed supply to the market. Hence, along with item code, description of item is clearly mentioned. Then is the cost of each item is also included to show how much is the cost per each part and what is the total cost of all the products. Say the cost of one leg of chair is rupees 50, then the price of the four chair legs which will be ordered would be around rupees 200, because there are four legs ordered in that bill of material. The total project, that is the purchase cost, is the total cost of all items, which is also the total cost of direct materials which are used in the project or production of the product. So seat is costing rupees 10, backrest is costing rupees 5, legs at rupees 5 per leg, rupees 5 per nail. Therefore, the total cost of a chair is rupees 10 plus 5 plus 50 multiplied by 4 plus 5 multiplied by 5 is equal to 240 rupees. So this is how a bill of material is prepared for one item, and there it is clearly mentioned how many items are required to be produced. So accordingly the supplier will calculate the required items, and accordingly the materials will be dispatched to the manufacturer. Here you can see the template of a bill of material, which clearly shows the bill of material is for which final product, which are the different parts or components and the quantity in which they all are required, the item code, description, cost per component and the total cost of bill of material. That is, project cost is also mentioned, which can be further used for making payments to the supplier as against the purchased material. This is how bill of material, which is also called as a product structure file or product structure tree, is prepared for material requirement planning as per master production schedule. Our topic for next video session will be the process of material requirement planning, that is MRP1. So stay tuned. I hope content of this video is useful to you. If you like the content of this video, then press the like button, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for sparing your valuable time. Happy e-learning.